know if it... What the fuck was that? It's like one of them. Oh, shucksy doodles. Fucking stupid way to start a fucking video. There again, every way I start a video is probably stupid. This is probably... Hello, visuals. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Superhero Wednesday, the day of the week we like to get damn right down and nerdy. And hopefully you're all having a lovely week so far. We're at the midweek point. We've got a couple of days to go until it's the weekend. And that's how days work, in case you didn't know. It's the middle of the week. It's also the middle of the year, which gives us a good round off of the best comic book related shows and films and whatnot of the year so far. I'm also doing this video because me and Chris did our mid-season award podcast, giving, you know, our favourite films and our favourite shows, our favourite moments, our favourite actors, our favourite characters, and we give our mid-season awards. And I thought, let's do it for the comic book related stuff, because I know it's probably been a bit of a controversial year so far for the comic book related stuff, like Ant-Man got hit and whatnot, Secret Invasions took a bit of a tumble, The Flash got absolutely buried, but me personally, I've had quite a fun year for comic book related films and shows, and we've still got a lot of stuff to cover. So Blue Beetle, Aquaman, The Marvels, TMNT. Again, by the time this video comes out, TMNT, Mutant Mayhem might actually be out. But at the time of recording, it's not out yet. So, yeah, there's still a few things to come, and some things that I'm really looking forward to, like the TMNT and the Blue Beetle and stuff. But the likes of the Ant-Mans and whatnot, I actually really enjoyed this year. I know I speak about it a hell of a lot. I am Mr. Optimistic. You could literally stick a pile of shit in front of me and go, superhero, battle, woo, and I'll go, yeah! I am so easily pleased. I completely get that. So if you disagree and you think, damn, The Flash was horrible, or, you know, Secret Invasion's been crap, I completely understand. You know, you're not wrong. It's how you see it. It's how you perceive it. If it's not hitting you, it's not hitting you. I literally have not been disappointed with a single comic book related thing I've got this year. I'm still very much in that sort of like weird state of like, wow, these characters, they got ripped for fucking years, and people, you know, said I was a twat for reading comic books, are still getting films and stuff, and I'm still just enjoying seeing these characters on the big screen, I guess. I'm just sort of still in that, even though it's been fucking donkeys since the boom of the superhero stuff, you know, with the, you know, the midway points of the MCU, the phase, like, maybe after the first Avengers, where it really hit peak. I'm absolutely still in awe of it. Like, this, we're still doing this. This is still great. I don't only get to just sit here and look at superheroes and villains. I get to look up here. Still just having absolute fun. But visuals, we will get started. We're going to do my 5 favourite. Couple of on, like, you know, not a couple, but like, I haven't got Shazam on this list, even though I did really enjoy Shazam and stuff. No, we won't speak about any more of that. We'll just actually tell you our 5, because we'll start to slowly ruin it then, I guess. Yeah, we went for 5. My 5 favourite comic book shows and films of 2023 so far. Probably do this video again at the end of the year, and, you know, the list might change and whatnot. I doubt it, because I don't think anything's going to uproot the top 2, but we'll see. Kicking us off at number 5, it is Secret Invasion. Now, I've actually really been enjoying Secret Invasion. I don't know if it's just like, it's unlocked a new fear inside of me. Yes, I've read the OG comic books and whatnot, you know, with Spider-Woman and Ant-Man turned out to be Skrulls and stuff like that. But like, seeing like the more nitty-gritty government-y side in a bit more detail with this, it's like, you know, how Rhodes is, again, at the time of recording, the show will actually be finished, but we're waiting for episode 5 to come out at the time of recording. Like Rhodey being revealed to me, and you're looking and going, oh my god, you're literally next door to the president, you know, you're rubbing shoulders with him, you've got, you know, plenty of meetings and calls and whatnot with him, and it's like, oh my god, imagine if this was real. Imagine if this alien race of shape-shifting people come down and like actually morphed into the world's most powerful people, and like, oh fuck, Russian attacks here and the Americans have attacked there, and there's a terrorist attack here, and it's not caused by anybody but Skrulls. I've really been enjoying it. Find out who is a Skrull, who's telling the truth. Martin Freeman at the start being revealed as a Skrull, Rhodey being revealed as a Skrull, Nick's wife being revealed as a Skrull. The story that she gave as well about, you know, I promised her, you know, I'd, you know, still look after her parents, I would never hurt you and all that kind of stuff. It was like, oh, this Gravik, I absolutely adore Gravik. I think he's been amazing so far. Emilia Clarke's not hit it as much as I expected her to. She's a phenomenal actor. She's done great things with her career, but she's not quite, I don't know if it's just the way she's been written. It's not so much Emilia Clarke's fault, I guess. And the show definitely by far is not perfect, but it's it is awesome. I have had so much fun with this and getting into the conspiratorial and the, oh my god, the underground, and not worrying but too much about the big picture of like this web slinging stuff and the Kachuk and a shield and demigods and whatnot, and just a nitty gritty thriller spy drama thing. I've been enjoying it. 4 is The Flash. Yes, now if you listen to a lot of mine and Chris's videos, especially our podcast on the channel, we both really enjoyed The Flash. In fact, Chris put it as his favourite film of the year so far, and I've put it in my top few. I think they really hit the mark with this. Yes, okay, the Ezra Miller stuff obviously taints it. It's a bit weird. The unknown future of this world going into the DCU with James Gunn, yes, definitely taints it. The people not being happy with the CGI, if you want more rendered, well done, better graphics and all that kind of stuff in your films, that's completely your prerogative, is that the right thing? And if you want it to look better, then you should want it to look better. But me, I completely forgot about the Ezra Miller stuff. I tried to just separate the two entities, Ezra Miller and his real world, horrible, weird, what the fuck's going on there, to just, you know, using him to help make this film. The CGI stuff, I'm not bothered. I can happily pick up the OG Pokemon stuff or the N64 and have the time of my life. I'm in a world of fiction anyway. I think Kevin Smith actually said it quite like the best. It's great to have amazing CG, like, oh, that looks fantastic, and that looks... Of course it is. That's just a cherry on top for me, though. If it's a bit clunky and a bit rubbity, I don't hate. I'm not bothered. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like, CG, oh my god, crap, ruined. We're about a guy that runs really quick, whatever. But it was more the emotional story of this film. It really got to me about a boy that wants to do everything he can to save his mum's life, to ultimately have to carry on and let time continue and put back the can of tomatoes to eventually let his mum die. And it's like, oh, it's so heartbreaking, especially... I love you more, I love you first. And when he sees her at the end and he's pretending he was wearing the glasses and all that kind of stuff, and she gives him a hug and all that, it's so heartbreaking. But then I had such a good giggle with it. Ezra Miller, I know, whatever, but Ezra Miller was quite funny in this. Like, there was some really funny... Chris broke at the moment where his suit's all contorted and whatnot. The fact that the villain of this film was also kind of himself, but... You've been running constantly in this ball to restart time, to just not give up. I can't let my people die, I can't let my mum die, all that, I can't let them die. But to only to be like the Flash having to tell the Flash, like, listen, this world has to die. It's the only way. We've tried and tried and tried. To the point where the other Flash has been doing it so long that he's all fucked up and bits of metal and he's all crusty and horrible. And it's like, oh my God, wow. I love that shit. I absolutely adore it. And then the surprise is the George Clooney, well, not a surprise, but Michael Keaton. Great, he's still cutting as a Batman. Supergirl in this, absolutely cool. Aquaman at the end just being drunk, funny. The Ben Affleck Batman scene, some of the best Batman stuff I've seen on the big screen. The Wonder Woman, cool, awesome. She's always fun to see Wonder Woman. I thought the film was just really great. I had so much fun. A cool comic book film. To me, looked great. It didn't look horrible to me. It looked fine. But yeah, The Flash. Number 3 is another one that got hit quite hard. It's Quantumania. I had so much fun with Quantumania. Just like The Flash, I had a nice, goofy look into a world, the goofy world of the sci-fi element of a comic book story. A lot of people, again, have slated the graphics for this. Yes, MODOK was a little bit funny, but I would always say MODOK was always going to look a bit funny. He quite literally is a floating head with little legs and little arms in a chair. He's always going to look a little... You could polish it up a bit more, I guess, but it's always going to look out of place. The attitude and the way they're made, Darren Cross in this, yeah, I can see why people hate it. You know, like, I want to be a main adventure now and all that kind of shit. I definitely will agree with that. They didn't utilise MODOK to his full potential. I will admit to that. But apart from that, those people, again, criticised the graphics in this. I thought the CGI in this was absolutely bang on. For this weird mental quantum realm world we were in, I thought they did a fantastic job. I also love the ant scene at the end where a lot of ants go and attack Khan at the end. I thought that was great. I thought Khan, oh my God, I loved Khan in this so much. Yeah, people say, oh, he's already beaten. You know, we thought he's meant to be the big bad threat. Well, we see at the end, you can beat one version of Khan, but we've got to battle them all. The threat is still very much there. The fight between him and Ant-Man at the end, going at each other, Paul Rudd, Scott Lang's face is all fucked up and bust up and whatnot. Seeing Hank again, seeing Janet again, all of these beautiful characters, Hope being in it and whatnot, a lot more. I thought the story was absolutely great to follow. I thought it looked great. I thought there was plenty of emotion, plenty of comedy. I do adore Paul Rudd. I absolutely adore as well the moment where it's multiple of them. We're going inside of the machine, you know, in Kang's time chair, fucking whatever you fucking call it now, and Ant-Man's going to try and put it back together and whatnot, and I love the interactions that all the different Scott Langs have with each other, and you've got the weird one, you've got the one that's working at fucking the ice cream spot, and the one that some of them get crazy and move out the way. They all literally form and make look like little ants on top of each other, like they do in the wild, to help build bridges and whatnot. I thought the more I talk about it, the more I thought it was actually really fucking awesome. I absolutely adored that film. It was great. I've got work in a few hours. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna watch it again tonight. I've only seen it 3 times, so I'm gonna give it another fucking watch tonight when I'm chilling out, eating my cheesy pasta and whatnot, and editing some vids. But yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I fucking loved it. Where shit gets tricky. The picture's probably already up. No, I'm gonna stick with it originally. Guardians Volume 3, the film that absolutely destroyed me and crippled me and ruined me, but not only me, everybody that watched it. You can't watch this film and not be emotionally turned by it. It's essentially a film about animal cruelty, and then right, we've had some badass villains, okay, visuals. This is James Gunn at his best as well. What a way to sign off a trilogy. Fantastic. I hope to God everything works out in the DCU for him, but he can come back and get behind this legendary Star-Lord film and stuff. But we've had some great Thanos, beautiful villain. Mysterio, I loved Mysterio. We can go for the Winter Soldier, absolutely amazing. Khan's going to be fantastic. But wow, the High Evolutionary. I have never cheered in because I get animated. You can ask Chris. I get animated cinema. Like, go on, get it. I'm living and breathing what's happening in front of me like it's real life. Like I'm actually in the scene. Like, come on, guys. And when Rocket is getting smashed about, but then he turns his gravity boots on and I'm Rocket Raccoon, and he blasts the High Evolutionary. It was like Newcastle had just scored a fucking 92nd winner in the Champions League final against Real Madrid to give us our first ever Champions League win. And come on, fucking get it. I've never wanted a villain to absolutely get his face caved in so much as I have the High Evolutionary. And the best, because again, I'm not even going to tell. I always fuck up pronouncing his name, but performed so well. He was acted so fucking well. But I was actually gonna. What the fuck was I gonna say before I fucking interrupted myself? I completely love the story of the High Evolutionary, and I love the fact that he gets frustrated and annoyed that this thing that he's created, Rocket, is so much smarter than him and is able to, you know, fix the problems that he can't solve and whatnot. And it just eats away at him and he can't help it. He's like, oh, you know, we'll dissect your brain and we'll have a look and see why that's all. Because Rocket is just, you can fix your little problem of making your creatures and turn them blah, blah, blah. You can practically, compared to this Raccoon, you're a fucking moron. I love Raccoon at the end being okay with the fact, oh, I am a raccoon, okay. I fucking adore the hallway scene just before where Rocket's like, I'm done running. And the team go and they have this final matchup in this battle. I love the relationship between Gamora and Peter Quill in this one. Peter Quill in this one, where he's trying to get her back, but it is the same Gamora, but at the same time it isn't. She's not had the same experiences as our normal Gamora would have had and stuff. And at the end, how them two ultimately say goodbye, how Star-Lord leaves the team, how Drax goes from the start of the film, dancing for losers and idiots, blah, 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 to the end he's dancing away, to how Mantis is absolutely distraught and heartbroken at the thought of Rocket dying, but then when she finds out he's alive, she breaks down. So much character depth, so much brilliant writing, so much amazing directing, great, beautiful, amazing, perfect storytelling. Oh, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was just, it's the ultimate film, and it's honestly, the Guardians for me is the ultimate trilogy now. For me, it was always Lord of the Rings. Now it shares that mantle with Guardians. When you go back and you watch it all, and you look at the, you know, Rocket kicking off, I'm not just, you know, I didn't ask to be put together, and now you get the context behind it and stuff. it's fucking heartbreaking. It's so soul destroying, but at the same time, it's amazing with him and like, oh god, I wish that fucking crying. The emotion, a fucking rabbit, a walrus, and a fucking otter. And the way that, you know, floors, like rabbit teeth, floors to go, and it's like, oh my god, no, please, please, please. That scream he gives out when Lila gets shot. Oh, and he fucking claws the high evolution's face and be like, fucking go on, absolutely tear him fucking limb to limb, let him bleed to death, the little fucking prick. Oh, I've never been so, because I hate animal cruelty, and there, loads of crimes out there are horrible. There are some top tier crimes, but I'm sorry, animal cruelty goes alongside them top tier crimes. I can't. I know it's hypocritical of me because, you know, I eat burgers and whatnot, and it's, you know, ignorance is bliss and all that kind of shit. I get it. I'm hypocritical there, but it's the ignorance. I don't buy a cow. I buy a burger. You know what I mean? It's stupid. I know it makes sense, but actually, if I saw it, or, you know, when I hear about shit animals, you know, being abused, it honestly makes me feel sick. I can hear about. This is how broken I am. I'm only talking about Guardians here, and I'm fucking... But I can hear about, you know, people dying over in a country, and I'll go, oh, that's fucking horrible, man. The world's a shit place. And then they'll say the same thing about, you know, a bunch of dogs maybe died, and I'll be like, oh, no, where are the fucking dogs? It will just hit me so much harder, and I don't know why. I'm obviously broken as a human. It's fucking bizarre. But no, we'll move on. Guardians, Volume 3, number 2. Fuck! And finally, we come to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Do I need to mention the fact that I'm biased? I think if you're watching this video and you still got to this point, whilst I've been rambling my fat mouth on, you will probably understand and realise, yeah, Dan's, you know, Team Spider-Man. I've said it many times, but if it wasn't for Spider-Man, I don't think anything of this would exist. Yes, there might be still some Pokemon and one or two things here, but Spider-Man was what really opened up my world to the world of comic books. I adore Spider-Man with all my heart. He's fucking amazing, and what an amazing story we're telling currently in this Spider-Verse stuff with Miles Morales, with Gwen, now with Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham and everybody coming back, Peter B. Parker, all of these fantastic, amazing Spider variants. The fact that the Spider-Verse stuff in the world of comics are already my favourite comics anyway. As soon as we've got multiple spiders, I'm there. But then we're going onto the big screen with these beautiful animated films, the greatest animated films of all time. The way they look is just absolutely... that spider chase, when we're going through all the different darky, horrible, rainy stuff and how that looks and the different colours and how they affect each scene. And Gwen's world looks like this to Miles' world, and Miles' world looks like this to Miguel O'Hara's world and stuff. Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider, one of my favourite spiders. Wow. Andy Samberg, bravo to you. This version of Spider-Woman on a bike and stuff like that. Spider-Bite having so much fun. Seeing Medieval Vulture. But the story to these and the heart to these films is there. I will never forget this intro. That's why I love the song from it. Of Gwen going through the train and the self-love and seeing Miles in the background. That scene, I don't know what it is. I can't watch that film and I feel my eyes welling up now. That scene is just... I don't know, it proper hits us, and all of these spider stories, and, you know, this. I said it to Chris ages ago. I know there's so many heroes out there that have had so many sacrifices. Bruce Wayne's been through a hell of a lot. Tony Stark's been through a lot. Captain America, Steve Rogers been, loads of superheroes been through a lot. But to me, it's always felt like Spider-Man has always had the most. To the point where now in this film, we look and we say, Miles, you need this traumatic event to happen. Your dad, he's going to have to die. To then saying, we're just going to have to let it happen. And he's like, no, I'm Spider-Man. We save everybody we possibly can. No, he's going to die. We're going to trap you here now. And obviously, Spider-Punk says, you know, he gets out. That whole bit in itself is absolutely outstanding. And it's just seeing all these different... We see in the Andrew Garfield and Peter B. Parker and Gwen, and everybody seeing there whatever it is that's made them. And, you know, Peter B. Parker even saying if it wasn't for Uncle Ben, a lot of us wouldn't be who we are today and stuff like that. And I get it, the ultimate sacrifice and stuff needs to happen so you can be you and you blah, blah, blah. But it's like you're the hero, you're the good guy, you have the ability to save people. But guess what? Let one of the people that's close to you we're going to watch them die. It's like, all right, okay, no worries. And it must just be such a hard juggling act to especially for Miles, because he's still somewhat trying to balance the world of Spider-Man and the world of his family and the world of his school life and friends and all that kind of stuff. He's still trying to balance everything out completely, and it's What an extra layer to end, especially, and as well, I love the way they did the spot in this. We went from silly, goofy, fun, the spot. Where is he? There, oh, there you can just, there he is, just above my finger. I think I was pointing more towards Goku there. But anyway, and the end, this menacing, horrible, squiggly artwork, you know, over the top, eyes everywhere. It looks like animation, dark cloud, like literally a cloud about to rain on the parade and stuff. I absolutely love the spot in this film. I loved every spider. I loved the animosity between, you felt Oscar Isaac's performance as 2099 when he's telling, you know, Spider Miguel, you're nothing, you're not supposed to be a spider. The whole thing about his spider come over from the spot, and how the villain and the hero are linked in this film. Miles supposed to be better now because that universe hasn't got a spider. This Miles becomes a prowler. The way that it ends, and it's like Miles, his ultimate test now is going to be himself, and it's like, oh my god, what the fuck's happening there? The symmetry between all of it, it's just perfection. And again, I know I'm biased, I know I'm a fucking spider idiot, but these films are just perfection. I literally can't think of, yes, Lord of the Rings from start to end, perfection for me, and the Guardians trilogy, perfection. The original Star Wars trilogy, as much as Star Wars isn't my main thing, I do really love Star Wars, but it's not my main thing. The original trilogy is, for me, perfection. But this is someone else. This is, and again, I know the third film hasn't come out yet. I just can't see it being anything other than perfection. But we'll see visuals. I mean, I might be proven wrong, but I'll have my biased hat on and whatnot, and my web shooters out. But visuals, Spider-Man, not only the greatest film out, the comic book film out this year, but the greatest film out this year. And it's still my second favourite film of all time after Into the Spider-Verse. So visuals, thank you so much for watching. Let's go to our outro. There we have it, visuals. That was my favourite comic book films and well, it was 4 films and a show, wasn't it, of the year. Is Secret Invasion the first? It's the only. No, we've had the second part of Gotham Knight. Not Gotham Knight. Gotham Knights was fucking thingy. Titans, haven't we had that this year? Either way, I think Secret Invasion would have still made the list. I have got shit more notes written down, but I can't read my own writing. But visuals, that was my 5 favourite comic book stuff out this year. Let me know in the comments below yours, and I don't know if anybody will breach. I for whatever reason, as much as Blue Beetle isn't one of my favourite characters of all time, I do really like Blue Beetle, and I think I'm going to really enjoy that. Kraven, I can't see breaking in. Aquaman, I can't see breaking in. Maybe though, Loki's out this year, isn't it? The Marvels, I think that's going to be fun as well. But we'll see when we get to them. We'll do this video again at the end of the year. But visuals, that was my favourite things of this year. But thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the best. Let us know in the comments below your favourite things. And remember to always keep being you and keep on web slinging on.